For over 3 decades, Food for the Hungry has been a crucial part of meeting the needs of families in our community.
Many families here in Knox County must make tough choices each month. How will their needs be met?
They must choose between food and medicine,
Or choose between food and paying rent or a utility bill.
or choose between food and adequate clothing for their kids.
The good news is that we have a choice too.
And that's what Knox County's Food for the Hungry drive is all about.
Food for the Hungry is a partnership in action. Businesses come together, people come together, and we're all working toward a common goal, helping our neighbors in need.
I'm personally involved with Food for the Hungry because I really feel that no one should ever have to wonder where their next meal is coming from or how they're going to feed their children from day to day. And Food for the Hungry is just a great organization to work with because it really is the community committing to ending hunger in Knox County.
I believe Food for the Hungry is important to our community in so many different ways. And one is the stepping block. It is the necessity of life that we have food, and our children, how they are raised and nutrition has a big part of it, is a stepping block to anything that we might do in the future. And while we have a lot of people who survive on food minimally, it's a stress and a worry for many of our community members. And if that can be made easier, so many more things are going to come along, such as education, such as being involved in the community in a number of different ways, and really a pathway to a better life.
When you talk about building a sustainable community, it has to be for everyone, not just the affluent or people who can afford things. It's got to involve everyone. And there are people who need help who don't qualify for federal assistance.
Many of our families are what are considered the working poor. I would say probably a good 80% of our families are either working full-time jobs or working a combination of part-time jobs, or they're full-time students and still raising their families. So to be able to give them a hand up as they struggle to make ends meet and keep their families together and safe and healthy and warm, it's just a wonderful opportunity for all of us.
I love that Food for the Hungry reaches all ages. I really am in awe that we have collections going on in preschools, elementary schools, high schools, colleges. Every age group is involved in this project. We even have a group of senior citizens that are out doing a festival of trees in Apple Valley and super proud of their project. So it excites me to see that younger generations are really getting involved in this project, because what that tells me is that Knox County is not only going to be strong for this next year, but we are going to be strong for generations to come.
It's important to invest in our community because everyone matters, and if you only have $1 to donate to Food for the Hungry, that's plenty. We need what you can give to help our neighbors in need.
I think, so many of us are blessed. I mean, most people around us just are blessed, and we always have, a healthy amount to eat. And if you just give even just that one can of food or that $1 during this time, I think it's just, you're going to find that it helps so much, and it stays here locally in the community. I'm just starting to find out more about, the events for Interchurch and Salvation Army, but, these are great groups that help out people that are down and out, and I just think as part of a community support, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just one can of food can make all the difference.
Why is Food for the Hungry important to our community? Very simply because there are so many people in need. The economy since 2008 has been down, and there's a lot of people struggling, and it just seems like a natural thing for the people in Knox County to come together as greatly as they have in the past to help support those people who are not as fortunate as others.
To me, the organization of Food for the Hungry itself really exemplifies what it means to be the hands and feet of Christ. And to me, it's just incredible what Food for the Hungry does for our community. I think we're so unique to have something like this in a community the size of Knox County.
Well, it's amazing in Fredericktown because we always say great things can be done in a small town. I mean, they built the library, they built the gazebo, and they really come together to help support Food for the Hungry. We are all so blessed with everything that we have. Even though we may not be rich, we're rich in a lot of different ways, and I think it's important to give back.
It's important for us to take care of each other. You never know when you might be in a position where you might have the need and you would want somebody to help you. And so pay it forward. Pay it forward, get involved, support Food for the Hungry.
Our support will reach out to our neighbors that have to make tough decisions every day.
Please join us and support Food for the Hungry.
You make a difference.
Food for the Hungry.
Working together to care for our neighbors.